YouTube, what is going on? Theo being here. Over the last couple of days, we've gotten a bunch of new footage of Zenless Zone Zero, and I wanted to take a deeper look at it. Going through the various videos that I've gotten, we're going to be breaking down two of them, one of which is this first one here. It's around a 20-minute video. I'm going to be jumping around, but we're going to be going over it and kind of breaking down some of the different things, trying to see what we can really expect from Zenless Zone Zero, since there hasn't been really too much info outside of just some content that they've shown. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is going to be our starting page right from the start. It says login complete, and then we see these options here: a story, challenge, and explore city. There's a couple different times I've seen this. This also does say at the very bottom, initial closed beta version does not represent the quality of the font. Yeah, that's normal. Okay. So now we finally get to play. And to start off right, we're gonna get some tutorials. Our enemies do have health bars as well as a kind of a stagger gauge. And I think, let's see here, it looks like these numbers are going to change colors, as well as the damage does double on these smaller enemies. Bosses can actually have a stagger point, which does remind me a little bit of something similar to like Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy 16, in which like stronger enemies, you can stagger them, and then you have burst windows to kind of do a lot of damage. And it looks like, according to the gameplay so far, what we do have is the controls or the buttons down here. This looks like it's being played with an Xbox. If you don't have an Xbox X, or if you have a PlayStation, or if even you just have a PC, X is the equivalent of square, A is the equivalent of X, Y is the equivalent of triangle, and there's nothing on here. We just have the right bumper and the right trigger. We'll see a little bit more of this here a little bit later on as well. Boom. Oh, here we go. Special attacks. Press the skill, which is going to be our right trigger. Launch special attacks. Basic attacks generate ether energy. When you have enough energy, press the skill to launch an EX special attack. So as you can see, this gauge here is filled up. By using the right trigger, we expel half of the gauge. I'll kill animation there. We get a score. Interesting. So we get scores and stats at the end, kind of similar to Devil May Cry. At least the grade, right? The SS, that's what makes me think of that. Whether we're going to be able to go through and replay missions is going to be interesting. This kind of tells me that some of these areas might be something we go through only through these levels. So there will be, I guess, replay value in that regard, that you can go through that. Whether you can go back, whether there be chests hidden, I don't know. Or at least collectible stuff to find. Anby is the character we met. Billy is the android, I guess, like figure. And then here we have, now we're gonna be playing as Billy. His magnums do look pretty sick. Stagger and combo attacks, right? Continue attacking enemy, increase its stagger gauge, right, which I pointed out, causing it to be stunned. Use heavy attacks on stun enemies to trigger a combo attack. Special attacks have a heavy attack effect. So combat actually seems pretty straightforward. This says at the bottom, and it's really hard to see, but it says switch attack. So you can switch to your other characters, as you'll see here. So now we can play as Anby or Billy. This lets you alternate and switch in between characters. These switches also do damage when you do them. He is staggered. I will say his gameplay and his attacks do remind me a lot of Samir from Tower of Fantasy. Gauge is being filled up, which is stability. I do want to see the switch here. So right bumper, you can just switch in between them without any special effect. So you don't have to have a certain meter filled or anything like that in order to switch. We see this uproar type symbol here. And let's go back to see what triggers this effect. Actually does quite a bit of damage. It looks like when we stagger them, we have the chance to do this special switch for extra damage. Ultimate is this symbol. That's actually pretty sick. It just one-shot all the trash. I will say, so far from everything I've seen on all the characters that have been revealed, it's hard to say which characters are 4 stars or 5 stars. This being a game from hoyoverse, that is of course going to be part of the game, right? It will be a gacha for sure, so it's just a matter of, you know, I'm assuming these, I want to say all these characters are 5-star, but I don't know. I mean, Sumi's got to be a 4-star. There is an animation, sorry, cutting back here. This guy mutates and now he's a stronger enemy. A slowdown for looks like a perfect dodge or a dodge attack. I wouldn't say perfect dodge. Keep attacking. His stagger gauge is getting full. And now he's staggered. He doesn't die, but for the sake of the story here, they leave for whatever reason. So here we are back to that menu like I'd mentioned before. So what activity we ended up picking here? Looks like we're doing a challenge. Okay. So challenge is selected. And then from here, going into the challenge. So our party will be 3 people, which we're about to see. Not 4, which is a little bit different from HSR as well as Kitchen Impact. But as you'll see here, then we can pick the 3 characters that we want. Whether all these characters are going to be trial, I don't know. It says Anvi is 1 star. Oh, I'm gonna think this is some sort of rank. Never mind. This is not their names. No, it is. So I believe this is our pro tag here is Soldier 11. And I think that it's already been revealed. You can either choose a male or female, similar to other MiHoYo games. I think Miyabi looks pretty cool from what I've seen so far. And mostly the bear. What is his name? Ben. It does actually look pretty cool too. Can we switch down? So the story continues, another cutscene, and then we're gonna get a couple fights here. Animation into a boss fight. And this also, we have this. We can open up a menu, shows us our attacks, how everything works for the different characters that we have too. And it looks like we have these different symbols as well. What these, let's see what happens here. I'm assuming those might have something to do with the various elements that each character is. Let's go back and look at that. So A is our dash, it would appear. Got hit twice there. Got hit again. See, I'm not sure what that was there. I don't think he hits. Combo gets hit. So he pressed A. Okay, he did press A, and I guess another slowdown. He just didn't move far. We have an ultimate available. Oh, sorry, no we don't. That's our Y. That's not our right trigger. I lied. Our right trigger is our ultimate. Oh shit, alright, she's almost dead, so we switch. So he's staggered. Here's our chance for nuke damage. Here's Ben's ultimate. That was a lot of damage compared to what we've seen. I do want to go back here. Or Ben uses his ultimate. So we also have the option, I will say as well. So here we can actually switch either character, which is actually pretty cool. But here, oh no, we still do. So we can switch to either character we want. It doesn't always have to be rotating. Here we do though, so that is interesting to notice. Why the other two we can pick either character, and that one we could only pick into Ben. So his gauge isn't max and we got the ultimate. I'm still not sure what determines that. Ikomata is like almost dead. Nice dodge. Nice dodge. I will say that dodging certain attacks, this actually looks a little bit harder compared to Genshin. At least according to this boss, right? This is pre-alpha, it's hard to say. There's her ultimate. I feel like her kit could be pretty cool. So, and then there's this here, right? I think he's dead. Then there's like a phase 2. This cuts out. I believe there is some footage of this in the other video. So here's us as, I believe, our pro tag. I think it is interesting to note. So it looks like we have days and times over the course of this video. Going through this before, when I was originally watching this, I noticed this was constantly changing. This kind of gives me Persona vibes, but I think this is different. But obviously the day and the time is going to be relevant for some reason, I'd imagine. I don't know why it'd be included otherwise. We can rest on the couch. I'm assuming it's how we can pass time and heal. So it looks like we're at some sort of store. I'm assuming this is going to be like our hideout. Not the best word, but our base or our headquarters, I guess. Skip the loading. I will say, granted, again, this is pre-alpha. The loading times are it could be better. We have General Chop here. What's nice is some of these people we'll see them in the next video, which will give us a little more insight into what these different people have to offer here in town. I think for this we're just kind of walking around. Talking to a guy. Dialogue is very similar to HSR or Genshin. And so this guy's very unique looking. I do like that the character models look more unique to some extent. I guess these characters look pretty generic right here. See more people walking around makes it feel more alive, though, I will say, compared to the other Hoyoverse games. So let's go over the other gameplay trailer here. So there's this one. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, this one is in 1440. Okay, nice. So this is a lot shorter of a video, but of course this gives us a little bit more insight to the town and some of the various features that'll be available to us throughout the game. So this is our base. Looks like a comic book store. Some of the characters that we just saw. No idea what that is. Can we? So this is how we get around to different areas. Okay, so let's go back here. This is pretty fast. Okay. So 6th Street. We have some things that are unknown. I don't know if this is because... oh, it also tells us what will be on 6th Street as well, which is pretty cool. This is a test version, doesn't represent the quality of the final game. Again, same disclosure at the bottom. Only 2 streets unlocked over the course of the game. I'm assuming we'll get more areas to explore. I won't say this is like Persona, but this kind of reminds me of Persona, going around Tokyo, different parts of it, at least in P5. So random play is... Let's see what this is. So we're fast traveling to random play. Okay, this is the comic book like store. So here's General Chop. Oh, we talk to him. We can buy what appears to be various upgrades. And these different symbols look like to be different elements. Health plus different element. So let's go back through here. We're going to slow this down. Check out the menu. So physical is this star. Fire, ice, ice. Ether damage. Okay, I guess it's like a magic damage. So you have a couple different elements. Physical, fire, ice, ether at least. Get a little animation. He makes noodles. And this is going to give us a buff. That's a nice looking ramen bowl. So with that buff we got, oh my god. Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. This is saying this is how long this buff is going to last for. So we'll get plus 15% HP and plus 15% ice damage for at least 5 different missions that we'll do, or commissions. I clicked on the so times until guaranteed A rank drive. What is a drive exactly? It says level 1 here. Beginner 1, and then these things are drive tuning, and then we can dismantle some sort of mechanic here. This is the music store as well. Unlocking tuning for this partition requires Bardic Needle, music store level 4. And we need... Seems like we have 100. We can either do 1 or 10. Are these pulls? So we do... So we did how many? We did a 10 pull. I'm not gonna say it's a pull. I'll stop saying that. But we did 10. We get this. And this is what we got. So this is kind of like pulls, but it's for a mechanic. This is not characters. What is this? And we see these different circles and they're in different areas. And I'm assuming these are 3 stars and a 4-star equivalent, right? Just based off the colors as well.
What a perfect mix.
It's not going to show us what that is, which is a little sad. Here's Asha.
Hey, you here to play?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Welcome to Godfinger. First off, read through our
Low grab, I guess. So this is Godfinger, which is like an arcade. Event mode. So arcade mode, what's the shape of happiness? Well, it must be round, like a coin, a joystick, or an arcade stool. Oh, big smile on your face. Not sure what that means. It's time for a new challenge. Your next opponent is ready. Do you best to prove that you are the master of the joystick. And it says 43 days. Assuming it's going to be in-game time. I don't know what that equates out to. So, but I'm not sure what. Arcade mode.
Well, if you want to match against me.
And so we get these different mini games that we can do. Soul Hounds, or it looks like Snake Duel.
That can be arranged.
And I think we get to see both. So Soul Hound is using his vacuum to suck up cubes. I think the goal is to not get crushed. Yeah. And then they finished literally 1. So Snake Duel is a cool little modifier of Snake. I'm sure most people have played Snake before. We control the snake, up, down, left, right. So we get our star like in Mario, and then we can eat the other snakes. Yeah. So it's actually pretty cool looking. That actually looks fun. What this does though, I'm not sure. What's the point of the arcade? It can't be something that's literally just a minigame. Here we have missions, it looks like, or at least messages, right? This looks very similar to Honkai Star Rail. How our phone works with messages. We have PMs and we have groups. I'd imagine this will be stuff in regards to how we gain missions, which is probably what this is. Yeah, so we get a commission, which is most likely just a mission. Back to the video store. Showing us around. Hollow Deep drive system. And we can go inside. I'm assuming this is gonna have something to do with the story. So this is back to that boss before. And so I think here we go. Now we get some actual footage of this next phase here. Maximum points. Now we get to see this parry-like mechanic. Dodge. Let's go back here. I want to see how we're parrying. I don't know how we parry. Is that a character switch?
Fire's ready.
No.
No way out, are you?
This person isn't taking any damage, so maybe the first person just made the game look like it was harder than it is. It's fire damage.
Just one strike. You can't escape.
You can actually see the boss's stats up here, so he's about to get staggered. He's staggered. The stagger gauge is going down. He takes 200% more damage. Ultimate now. Good job. And that's the end. So pretty cool stuff. Still a lot of questions as to more of the mechanics or why some of them, what purpose they serve, right? Like the music store or the arcade. What exactly do we get from the arcade? But some overall really interesting stuff. The combat does look a little bit different, and I'm curious if we're only going to have a couple elements similar to how like Tower Fantasy is. I believe there's only 4. Physical, fire, ice, and lightning. It kind of looked like that. That could always change in the future, right? Who knows? That's only what we've seen so far. But so far, I think this game looks really promising, and I'm curious to learn more. Since I believe this game is slated for sometime early next year. No official date has been released yet, but so far it does look very, very promising. But with that, that's going to be it for this one. As we get more information and news on Zenless Zone Zero, you can subscribe to the channel here. I will be covering that when that is dropped. And with that, that is going to be it. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace and deuces. See ya.